Welcome, everyone, to the Evermorrow Podcast. I'm Sean, and I will be your dungeon master for today's presentation. We're a group of casual gamers who tend to emphasize the role-playing aspect of the role-playing game. It may happen now and then we get some rules wrong. Just please bear with us. We are learning as much as anyone else. Today, we are here with...
I'm Jessica, and I play Spirit, and Spirit is a Tabaxi Wild Mage Sorcerer.
I'm Bill. I play Lily Lumi. She is essentially an Arctic Path druid.
I'm Stacy, and I play Zengarko, a Dragonborn warrior.
I'm Victoria, and I play Seraphina Tealeaf, a Lightfoot halfling fighter.
I'm Parasite. I play Nogberg, the ever-festive half-orc bard.
And I'm Scott. I'll be playing Sekiro today.
Okay, in this second session of the Rime of the Frostmaiden, a group known as the First Caravan continues their adventures through the Eternal Night. On our last episode, the group didn't linger in town for much longer. They went, had their breakfast, said goodbye to their other caravan members, and they trekked out into the wilderness to look for the ore for the battle-hammer dwarves, who were unfortunately attacked by a yeti and were forced to abandon their sled. They trekked through the wilderness for several hours before eventually finding the, fortunately, snow-covered corpse of Ubak, one of the dwarves' company. There was some debate on what to do with the corpse, but it was ultimately decided they'd come back. So they left the staff from a former member of the party, Aurelia, using prestidigitation to melt it into the snow, and they continued on their way. The party then followed the trail, before eventually catching up to a group of goblins who had gotten a hold of the cart. The party followed the trail before it could be completely snowed over, and about a half an hour later they found themselves tailing a small party of goblins. They could hear ursine roars in the distance and heard the goblins muttering between themselves. Spirit decided to lead the attack by casting a sleep spell, hoping the goblins would be rendered powerless and the ore could be easily retrieved. But, as always, the tides of magic felt whimsical, and two ethereal, jellyfish-like creatures appeared on the spot. At the sight of Spirit, they were driven into a state of manic terror. They screamed and immediately turned, desperately trying to fly away while the harsh blizzard battered at them. Their screams unfortunately alerted every single goblin in the vicinity, and battle ensued. Fortunately, the goblins were defeated. The bears, thanks to a complete accident on Spirit's part, left without taking any of the party's lives. Good berries were used to tend to those who were at the brink of death, so they were seen to better health. And we resume now that the battle is over and things are calming down. The nearby cart is ablaze, collapsing upon itself, and the snow is still falling. The party now struggles to catch its breath. So I turn to you guys.
Alright, is it still blizzarding out like crazy?
You get the impression it's starting to peter out, but it is still snowing rather intensely.
Did the prestidigitation reduce the stench?
Yes.
Took
feel
a
like
long time.
It's very faintly lingering there, but you've done all you can.
We probably shouldn't linger around all of this carnage and fire.
Definitely agree. Quick question. As Spirit looks around, does anyone remember the direction we came from? Because I feel like I got turned around from that battle.
Well, we should be able to follow the sled tracks to a degree.
Oh yeah, the ingots. Can we get them up on the disc? Bluey?
We've got the sled.
Isn't the sled broken?
Don't think so. I just freed it from the ice, actually.
I believe it was unfrozen.
Yeah, the goblin's cart was annihilated, but the sled itself was only partially frozen into the ground by Zengarko's frost breath.
I think the goblins themselves were pulling this one, and they're not exactly the physical specimens of the world.
Well, my thing is, why should we pull it at all if we could just use Bluey?
Well, Sakara, please feel to correct me, but I think you have 2 uses of that at an hour apiece?
I, to correct, don't have a limit on that particular spell. As long as I've given a little bit of time, I should be able to keep Bluey up pretty much indefinitely. I'll just need 10 minutes every hour. That said, I know the limitations of that spell. The disc is going to be about 20. That disc can only carry about 500 pounds. How much is that ore going to weigh?
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, being pulled by a goblin sled, well, Sorry, a goblin-operated dwarven sled.
I think we should just... The strongest of us should just pull it and push.
Hey, try to start to douse the fire on the cart.
Oh, that might be a losing battle.
Oh, I thought the cart burned down already.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's collapsed upon itself.
Okay.
What they're
Okay.
talking about is the sled that's slightly further north. That's where the ore is.
The goblin corpses been looked through yet?
Not a single one of them.
I'm gonna start looking through them.
Okay.
So roll investigation.
Yeah, investigation for the goblin body right next to you.
Yeah. 2.
Unfortunately, you don't really find anything of interest. The sword is rusty and pretty much falling apart. He's only got a few scraps of fur for clothes, and that's about it.
Alright, let's try goblin number 2. I'm assuming I have to do a second investigation.
Yep.
So basically, everyone do investigation for it.
Yes. It'll be hard to get to the 3 on the right of the sled, though, because they are in a gigantic ice cube.
That's not better.
Lily casted Destroy Water last session. It does have a 30-foot burst.
Oh, it's 30 feet? Yeah, that's taken
Yeah.
care of. Okay. Again, you're not really finding anything of interest. These are some really poorly equipped goblins.
Alright, next goblin.
What are you doing, Serafina?
I believe she's looting the goblins.
Let me see if I can find anything useful.
Do the goblins even have anything useful?
Not as far as I can see so far.
I mean, the only one that would have probably remotely had something was their leader.
He did have some
Yes.
nice armor.
But he was lost. Garkos kind of looks to Lily. Lost.
Hey, can my character move this way to where the green blips are?
Yes, she can.
I'm gonna go this.
That was just me reminding you that's where the body was.
I'm gonna go look over to our friend over here.
Okay.
Mm.
Another investigation roll.
You got
Aro, why don't you see if we can fit the ore on the bluey?
All right, I'll prepare the ritual.
So Sarah pushes the body over, and first thing she notices, goblins and halflings are about the same size, and this goblin has a suit of chainmail armor. Now it's a little beaten up, courtesy of Sarah's own sword, but for a small fee, she could probably get it repaired, and it'd be a good way to upgrade your armor.
Ooh, yeah, I'm definitely taking that. I'll
In-
take the armor, wrap it up nicely, and stick it in one of my bags.
In addition, you find one broken vial, and
Which means the contents are empty, though, right?
I said one broken vial, there's a second.
Ooh.
And you see a second bottle. It looks kind of weird. You pick it up and you kind of shake it. You see what looks like a fish's scale, a claw, a piece of hair, and what looks like a tongue just kind of floating in the water. It's pretty gnarly looking.
And, figure out what this thing is I found.
Otherwise, he just has 13 silver and 25 copper in a sealskin pouch.
I'll take the money and sneakily hide it in my pocket.
I'm not even going to have you do a sleight of hand. You're too far away from anyone to notice.
Yeah, so I'll pocket the money. I'll fold up very nicely and put away the armor. I'll add the armor to my item list just because it's not armor yet. What did you say was chainmail?
Yep.
I'll just put broken up chainmail. What do you want me to put for the weight?
I believe chainmail does have a set weight. Let me just get that open.
You should be able just to drag chainmail over from the, what do you call it?
Yeah, and it won't put the
Compendium.
weight in.
Oh, I was just specifically putting in broken chainmail just because it's not repaired yet.
Okay.
I was
It
being.
has a weight? Go ahead.
Oh, what's the weight?
55 pounds.
Put 55 in. Oh, that's not. I almost put 555. Oops. Anyways, so I put on. I fold up and put away the chainmail. I pocket the money. Even though I'm far away, I still do it kind of not cash, secretly. And then I head back over closer to where they are.
Did you take the weird potion or did you leave that?
Yeah, I'm holding that in my hand because I'm gonna ask them about it.
Okay.
I don't think you should cast it. What if you need that spell slot?
What I'm going to do won't require a spell slot or any. I just need a little bit of preparation.
Hmm.
Speaking of, he pulls out from his robes The little black orb with the little plain black orb that you guys have seen him cast spells through before. Sakura waves his fingers over it, and there's a small orange glow across the tips of his fingers, and runes that weren't present before start to appear all over the surface of that little black orb. And the runes move and shift until they finally seem to spell out words across the top that he proceeds to read and draw, and then he begins to draw mathematical figures into the snow as he begins ritually casting floating disc. It's going to take about 10 minutes.
Spirit is now super up close to Sekiro, watching him cast those.
Spirit.
How close are we talking?
Like, when you glance up, her face is like right close to yours.
Spirit, I think he needs concentration.
He's casting.
You've seen this before. I'm just bringing up Louis.
She ends up leaning even closer.
Gargo's gonna put a hand on her shoulder.
Spirit, why don't we step back to give him some space?
But I wanted to see what he does. I can't understand the symbols, so I thought if I move in closer, I understand them better.
I believe Sekiro can explain it to you better afterwards, what those symbols mean.
I promise, Spirit, I will tell you all about the symbols. Just let me concentrate on this for just a minute. It's very hard to it's very distracting the way you're breathing down my neck.
Oh, sorry. Spirit will back off.
Since Seraphina sees that they're kind of busy casting some spells, she's gonna check out the other goblins near the thingy.
Okay.
Investigation time.
Oh, wow.
Oh, now we're getting it. There we go. 19.
I would say with that roll, you'd find about, between the three of them, they don't have much, but they do have 13 copper pieces.
So that would be a roll for all three of them then?
Yep.
All
Just
right,
because you got a natural 20, I'm giving that to you.
No, it was a 19. Oh, it was a 20 minus 1. Oh, interesting. Okay, can I, sneakily hide away the, copper?
Okay, yeah, you can. You have to do a sleight of hand check.
Alright, so sleight of hand check.
Sarah thinks she's being subtle, but the way she keeps looking around, literally everybody can tell what she's doing.
Spirit runs up. Ooh, shiny.
Yes, there should be shinies for everyone. Don't you agree, Seraphine?
No, I mean, I just saw something shiny. I don't know what she was trying to hide.
Just some copper, nothing crazy. It's just some 14 pieces of copper, nothing crazy.
And you went to check the leader and he didn't have anything shiny?
Not that I saw. Although, I did find this on him. I'm just waiting for your magic dude to see if he can find out what this is. She shows the bottle with the weird shit in it.
My ears are burning. Why are my ears burning?
Spirit looks a little insulted. He has a name, Seraphina.
Oh, yes, right. Sikarko.
No, Sicaro.
Tomatoes. I call people by nicknames anyways, Kitty.
Her name is Spirit. Miss Tea Leaf.
Please, don't call me Miss. You're going to make me sound like my mom.
Do you want me to check out that bottle?
So there was nothing on the captain besides that vial.
I mean, there was a second vial, but it was already broken open.
I see. So Zangarko's gonna, turn to Lily.
Did Zangarko's insight detect she was lying, by the way, Sean?
I would say it has to be rolled against a deception roll from Sarah.
All right, Sarah.
It's not your day for roll.
No, it's not. I got a 6.
So Zangarko's deadpan looking at you. You can tell
Yep.
he sees right through whatever you're saying.
She's just gonna kind of smile.
Spirit's going to offer a handout for the bottle. Take a look.
Don't break it, Kitty.
So, Seraphina, you did not see the chainmail armor that's about your size that was on the captain goblin?
Yeah, but it was busted. Don't forget, the sword comes in useful for many things.
I see.
Right, yes, I swiped the armor, okay? It's dangerous on these parts. I need to protect myself, but that was it.
You don't have to explain yourself. Your actions speak louder than words.
Sick girl?
There's a flash of orange light beneath the shed. What do you call it? The sled that's currently carrying the ore, as Bluey comes to life immediately beneath it. Sikro kind of looks over to Spirit and says, "Yes, hi, yes."
Here. And hands the strange vial to Sick girl.
Oh, Sikro gives it a once over. What is it? What is this? What is this? Why are you giving it to me?
Seraphina found it on the, guy.
Mm-hmm.
The leader.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah, he had a second vial, but it was broken. And I figured you magic types might know what it actually is.
Well, there's a spell for that. I don't know it yet. Sikro pops it open, gives it a smell. Would he be able to recognize this?
You could tell that it's some form of potion, but you need to do a proper Arcana check.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. All right, Arcana. I rolled a 10 plus 5, 15.
Nice.
That is enough, actually. Well, you hold up the potion, you kind of look it over, and you can tell this is a potion of animal friendship. When you drink the potion, you can cast the animal friendship spell with a DC save of 13 for 1 hour at will.
I believe, yes, if you were to drink this, you would probably have a terrible case of food poisoning. But you would also be able to communicate and befriend the local wildlife. If I had to guess, I'd say those polar bears are only pulling that cart because of potions like this.
Oh, is that like a potion that makes friends with people?
Not people, animals.
Oh, I'm good at that. You should probably hold on to it, because you're probably not as good.
I mean, I feel like I try and stay away from the giant animals with the claws and the horns and the tusks, and this might be better off in the hands of someone who could actually communicate with them, such as Lily over there.
Yes.
Lily, do you want a potion where you can make friends with animals?
Oh, I already know that spell.
Okay.
But it wouldn't use a spell, so it might be useful in that regard, yes.
To be honest, I've been spending a lot more time on the spells that keep people alive.
Oh, I mean, I am good at it. I mean, I can hold on to it.
Sikoro holds the potion back out to Spirit. As long as it keeps you from casting spells. Yes, you can have it.
Oh, yes. I guess that whole me trying to befriend the bears and then wild magic happening didn't help, huh?
We
No.
do need to talk about the flump in the room, yes.
Nope, we don't need to talk about that.
Not right now, but we do need to discuss it eventually.
We'll talk about it later. Not now.
Yeah. Yes, when we're at someplace warm, not in the middle of hell.
Oh,
Are you
Seraphina seems to have forgotten who you are, so I'm going to do a proper introduction. Seraphina, this is Sikro. Sikro, this is Seraphina.
Hello.
Hi. Yes, I'm Sikoro. It's good to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Don't forget his name next time, Seraphina, okay? And then
Yes.
runs off to Moon.
Boone, are you sure you don't need assistance? You've been lying there for a little while.
That's alright. I feel better than I did before. Again, you can see the blood stains on his hide armor where the arrows were.
I have permission to carry you.
I
'cause
think you're
feel
going to
that
need to carry the cart, not me.
Bluey is carrying the cart.
Okay, Spirit offers a handout. Moon, do you need help up?
Moon kind of glances over at the disc, which is under the sled, but not elevated at all.
It would
I don't
seem
think
that
it's working.
I'll have to have it moved. Maybe you can lie in the cart and rest. Well, those who are physically capable of moving it will move the cart.
Oh, hold on. There's no point in wasting strength out here if we don't need to. Sikoro kind of walks away from the disc until the disc can slide out from under the cart. So that's actually a pretty good chunk of distance, but he does it. Let's pile ore on top of the disc until it can't move anymore. Then we'll take it back off, put it on the cart, so we're not carrying 1,000 pounds of ore on our backs.
Alright.
Seems like a reasonable scientific method to me.
Thank you. I do my best.
Like, clunk.
Garko would grab
Bonk.
some, put it on the circle with Lily.
Sikro tries to help. His little noodly arms can barely carry even what he can't even carry what Lily's carrying, to be perfectly honest.
Spirit just sits beside Moon and goes, they're loading up the ore.
Yeah, they're weird.
Are you
Nogberg
sure
is just
you're
kinda
okay? Sorry, go Fairside.
I was gonna say, Nogberg's actually just kind of watching this.
Same with Spirit.
So after how many trips to fill it to its max capacity?
I'll be honest,
But-
Sikro's just kind of getting in the way. He's just gonna make things take longer.
Sikoro.
Yeah. Yes. Oh.
He
yes?
approaches out.
Uh,
Why don't you have a seat in the snow? You helped a lot. He's like that's a pat on his shoulder. You did good.
okay. Yeah. If you need me, I'll be. Oh. Wow. Ah.
Yes, take a breather. You worked really hard.
Whoa. That stuff is heavier than it looks.
Spirit is going to use prestidigitation to help clean up Moon.
Get the blood off.
Yeah.
He kind of startles when there's this kind of flash of magic light on him, and he sits up. Oh, thank you, Spirit. That was going to take forever to wash out otherwise.
No worries. Are you okay though? You're just laying there.
I'm just enjoying the snow. It's nice.
I'm sorry I got you hurt. Spirit actually looks a little sad about it.
He glances over at her. Spirit, I don't see you carrying a bow or arrows.
Yes, but I was the one to ask you to come along, and I'm sorry for that.
It wasn't your fault, Spirit.
I do admit I'm not used to getting shot, but I'm alive, that's what matters.
Yes.
And then Spirit will give Moon a dive hug again.
As you guys keep loading the ore onto the cart, kind of making sure it all stays where it belongs, at a certain point you start to notice from the cart to the disc. The disc kind of lowers a bit. You get the impression, okay, maybe we're almost at its limit. You get the impression that you're getting near the 500-pound mark. You look back at the cart, there's still quite a bit left.
Oh, it looks like those of us who are strong will be moving the cart. I think we might have reached the limit.
You know, I do have an idea. Kind of a weird one, but maybe we could find some kind of something to pull it.
There's 7 of us. 6 goblins were pulling this.
A great idea. Spirit jumps up. I will go see if I can find something.
Spirit,
Meaning,
No.
And then she runs off.
Oh no.
Damn it!
I am a warm-blooded mammal. I'd like to get back inside.
I'm casting levitate.
Oh no.
are you going to try to...
To clarify, is that on Spirit?
Yes, it is actually.
Okay, Spirit, you're bounding through the snow on your snowshoes, and suddenly you find your foot.
Hold
doesn't
on,
land.
there is a save there. There is a save.
Okay.
All right. I just gotta check what it is.
Constitution.
All right, DC 13 con check, con save. Oh damn it!
Spirit is bounding through the snow on her snowshoes. Suddenly her foot carries in the air for a little bit longer than normal, then pops back down and she keeps going.
Plus, she has her feline agility. And not only that, she's randomly shouting.
Sengaku, could you catch her?
He's going
Yes.
to attract the Yeti at this point. Then we're all going to die.
Blue, why don't you tend to Moon? I'm going to try to catch up with Spirit.
Hope this makes this. Yeah. I didn't say something wrong, did I?
Oh no! She's excitable.
So I can see.
So Zengarko is trugging. He's like double moving to catch up to
She's a quick one.
Spirit.
Oh, Sankarko, is that you in the distance?
Stop!
Why? I was looking for help.
We're going to move the sled with our strength, like we moved the sleds before.
I guess randomly running and trying to find an animal is not gonna help.
No.
That is a lesson my dad taught me. Alright, time to channel my inner dad's hunter spirit. And then she'll start looking around the ground for animal tracks.
Spirit. Garko finally approaches, kind of like panting a little bit because he kind of ran.
Wait. Sangarko, stop. You could have stepped on an animal track. Give me 1 sec. And then she's looking around and look around for animal tracks.
Can I get a survival check for Spirit?
Yes.
Sangarko just looks so annoyed right now.
11.
You don't really see much except for evidence of where the cart was. You see the bear paw prints heading south and then veering back up to when they charged you guys.
Okay, let's go check over here.
No,
She'll run.
no, Spirit!
She'll start looking on the other side.
He's gonna attempt to dive on her.
Athletics versus either athletics or acrobatics.
Who's
No, you get the choice, which
Oh,
is
okay.
better for you.
acrobatics then?
Zangarko comes crashing down on Spirit, grappling her.
Hi, Sangarko. Can I help you with anything?
We're going back to the others. No more running off. Please. Please.
Can I still check for animal tracks here and then I'll go
No.
back?
No, we're going.
Well, then if you let me go, I'm just gonna run again.
And I guess I don't let you go. And I carry you back.
I will not make it easy.
I know. You don't make anything easy, Spirit. It's...
What? I'm trying to help. Obviously, we're going to get very tired trying to lug a cart that is that heavy. I mean, you heard Carl. It's 500 pounds. Who can carry 500 pounds?
The Fisk that you suggested, Bluey, can carry a good chunk of it.
Look, just let me find animal tracks. If I
No,
don't find any, I
no,
will come back.
No, Spirit. We're going. It's cold. Moon needs to be in a warm place to rest up. He was injured. Please.
Just let me look around the area.
Spirit, please. You've done a lot of good today. It's time to go. Need to get back before it gets colder.
I'm just asking, can I just look around for animal tracks and I'll go back with you? See, this is the whole thing where you treat me like a child.
You running off with your excitable personality is how you act like a child, Spirit.
Sangarko, I am a survivor. I have survived on my own for a long time before I met you, and I have done a good job in hunting. Please let me check, and then I'll come back with you.
You're not going to, once I let you up, you're not going to run off. You are just going to look for tracks and not run in a random direction.
Yes, I ran
Will
off to look for tracks.
It's in walking distance of me.
Yes, can you please let me go?
Fine.
Also, I'm totally going to remember this. She gives a little glare as she looks around the snow.
That's fine.
For animal tracks.
So Garko's gonna get up, offer a hand to help Spirit out of the snow.
Oh, she gets up on her own.
He's just gonna shake his head.
Can I try another survival on this side?
You can.
Oh, she is so good at this.
This is actually really easy, so I'm letting that one go.
Okay.
You see the bear tracks from where it ran away from the battle. But those are the only tracks that you can see.
Come this way, and she'll follow the bear tracks.
What are you tracking, Spirit?
Oh, the bear.
Why would you track the bear wanted to eat Serafina?
Because if we use the potion of animal friendship, we can use it to help us pull the cart and then let it go off on its own. Plus, we could probably heal the injuries so that it doesn't die out there.
We really don't have any healing left, I believe.
No, but we can help bandage up the bear once it's friendly.
You do know I had to stab a bear, right? One of those bears was stabbed by me.
Look, can we at least try, and if it doesn't work, we'll just go back to the others and do the hard way?
Fine.
We are tracking a bear.
We are not going too far. If the bear is long gone, we are heading back.
Yes, keep in mind the bear ran away about 20 minutes ago.
Yes.
So if you're going to be following after it, you're going to be wandering for quite a while, and you're going to be getting far away from the party.
Spirit.
Hmm?
I don't think we should go after the bear. I think we should go back to the others.
It actually generally looks in the direction of the bear tracks, but I kind of feel bad for them.
I understand. They went through was probably horrifying conditions. It ran. We will be tracking it for a while, being separated from the others. We still have better chance of survival than being bound to that cart from before. You tried, Spirit. Please let us go back to our friends and Seraphina.
Fine.
Thank you.
Cargo will start walking slowly, ever so slightly, turn back. Notice now Spirit's like trugging along ahead of him. Sighs.
Is everyone gonna get moving?
Lily's been trying for like the last 10 minutes.
Well, as soon as Nogberg gets in there, you can start making very slow progress. But as soon as Zangarku gets in there and Sarah gets in there, it starts to move.
Sekiro trudges along with the floating disc just behind him.
Okay, so for the first hour or so, the return trip is unproductive. Feet are getting sore, and anyone who dares to have uncovered skin outside of Zangarko or Moon is probably starting to worry about frostbite. The blizzard has been slowly petering out for the last 10 or so minutes, and the winds are losing their severity. Because of this, Lily is actually able to hear the faint clatter of hooves in the distance.
Reindeer, maybe?
Reindeer.
Did Lily
You
say
don't
that
hear-
out loud?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Oh,
It's been
What's
a weird week. Could easily be satyrs for all I know.
What's a reindeer?
It's like a regular deer with antlers.
Nogberg is looking around frantically.
Don't all deer have antlers?
So it takes a minute, but the rest of the party start to hear the same clatter. So as visibility is somewhat restored, you can see the faint image of a herd of elk sprinting across the tundra, illuminated now only by what looks like the moon as it's starting to poke through the cover in the sky. You kind of realize, life just kind of goes on. Nature finds its way to adapt, even in the harsher times. Surprisingly, this moment.
Does anyone else suddenly feel at peace? Like we didn't
What?
make a mistake coming here?
I think mistakes were made, but this is a nice moment.
Wait, why would it be a mistake?
wait.
This is your turn, Lily. I'm not.
Oh, I am so tired from pulling the sled.
Spirit is going to attempt to drink the potion.
Did Sikro give it back to her?
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
You can
He
drink it.
wasn't gonna hold on to that.
She's gonna go try and get an elk for us to help out.
Quickly check the movement speed on an elk.
Feline agility, double the speed.
Fine.
Well, they're moving 50 feet per 6 seconds, and they're running. So they're moving 100.
I can move.
Garko is now gonna try to catch up to Spirit because no one else would.
He's gonna hate me.
I can move 60, so I don't think I catch up, huh?
Is that 60 before dashing?
Yeah, 60 before dashing with,
Then you can actually slowly start catching up.
Alright.
So you're going to cast Animal Friendship?
Yes.
Okay, you're bounding across the snow. Your snowshoes are barely sticking on your feet. It's almost cartoony. Zangarko can't even come close to keeping up with you. Eventually you get close to an elk and you just reach out your hand and you cast the spell. The elk gets a save.
Can I cast it at a high level or no? Oh wait, no, I don't even have level 2. What am I talking about?
You cast it at first level.
Yeah.
It's a wisdom saving throw. Elk, apparently, not very wise.
Do I get one?
So they're bounding across, bounding, and one of them kind of stops, kind of hops on the spot, whinnies, shakes his head, turns around and looks at you.
Spirit will go up and pet it, and then lead the elk back to the cart.
The elk
Oh,
starts
hey.
to follow.
Hey, Zangarko, there you are. Were you chasing me again?
If I answer yes, will you be mad?
Look, I have a friend.
I see that.
Shall we go?
Yes, let's go.
So everyone gets to see Spirit leading an elk to the cart.
Look, Spirit found an elk.
No sudden moves. They're pretty dangerous.
Oh, no, he's our friend.
No, he's your friend. That's the way
It-
the spell works.
It does look a little alarmed at the presence of everyone else.
Okay, I need help, and she'll, do, soothing, noises to help calm it.
Okay, do an
Animal
animal handling check with advantage.
Alright. I am
Not that you
Expert.
needed it.
Nope. I told you, Spirit's good with animals.
Its head leans on you and it kind of nuzzles you with its snout.
All right,
Aww.
shall we bind him? Wonder what I should name him. Is the elk a girl or a boy?
It
Oh,
has
wait.
antlers.
All right, yeah, so it's a boy.
Great at animal handling, not identifying the animal's gender.
Olive.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's Olive, the
I like
other
that.
reindeer.
Olive? Okay. So Olive. So Spirit is going to ask if anyone has rope.
Yes.
I do, but it's a wild animal. It's not going to let me do that.
It's true.
Oh, don't worry, it's fine. Just come here. And she'll like lead Lily close to the elk.
It just kind of looks at you, tilts its head.
Hello, Mr. Elk. Mrs. Elk.
Olive.
Mr. Elk.
Olive the elk.
Well, we can give this a try. I mean, all I have is the rope. It's not actually intended for this purpose.
Does the cart have like reins to it? Because it had originally things pulling it.
It had goblins.
It was set up for dwarves to pull it, so it's
Okay.
not exactly equipped for something as large as an elk.
So we're gonna make a makeshift rein to attach it to the cart.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got 50 feet of hempen rope.
So do I.
Be a dexterity roll, I'd say. See if you can set up the knotting and everything as required.
Give it a try.
And if you're
Ooh.
getting help, you can do. Nope, that's actually okay.
Didn't need help, even though Spirit was helping calming the animal during it.
I mean, that definitely helped. I wouldn't be able to do this otherwise.
The elk doesn't exactly look happy to be getting tied up in a harness.
Spirit will start feeding it some of the rations, though.
Okay. It eats the rations out of your hand while Lily is finalizing her work, adjusting each knot to make sure they're nice and tight, that they won't just pull apart immediately.
Probably a good idea. He's probably really hungry given the 2 years of winter.
Mm-hmm. How much rations before he stops eating?
Oh, if you're willing to keep giving them, he's going to keep eating them.
Oh, yeah.
This thing's a couple 100 pounds.
I'm thinking of how much rations it would be to fill an elk.
Must be really hungry, though. They're herbivores.
I'd say a solid day and a half's worth of rations.
All right. So that would be 8 point. All right. Shall we give this a go, everyone?
Everyone's going to have to be very quiet around this, friend.
Sekiro gives our half-orc bard a careful look.
He actually has animal handling. Lived in the wilderness for a while. It was a bad time.
There was no audience for his music.
Sometimes it's hard to get work in the off season.
So Spirit just ends up leading the elk while pulling the cart.
Okay, can I get a survival roll? Just to make sure everyone's going the right direction.
Okay, I'm pretty good at survival.
Ooh,
Is everybody
Birds.
rolling or just one person?
everyone.
Garco's tired.
Oh wait, that's half that has probably passed, so I think we're okay.
Longberg is distracted by the elk.
I'm distracted by the elk, apparently.
Yeah. The Garco's tired from his pulling of the sled, running around.
Okay, Moon is the tiebreaker.
Good old, drunken, bleeding moon. I'm sure he's got a handle on this.
Yep.
We stopped the
Okay.
bleeding.
Yes, we did. I think.
Did
'Cause
we
you gave
fill it
it-
or did we not fill it?
Okay, so where you were, as soon as the map takes a second to load, you guys left from Bryn Sander, and you trekked up to about here. You started heading back, and back, oh, and back. Nope, you're going totally the wrong direction at this point. And you eventually run into the Eastway Road, east of Bryn Sander.
Oh, that's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad.
Still found a road.
So then we'll just follow the road back.
Just head due west, and you make it back to town. It is now dark. You get the impression it's only 3 or 4 in the afternoon, but the moon is out. It is nighttime up here in the north.
All right, Lily, you want to help set our friend free?
Yeah, I think he might trust me enough to do that.
He doesn't put up a fight.
And Spirit will give the last half of ration to him before letting him go.
You untie his binds, and it stops and kind of looks at you like it's confused.
How do you drop the spell?
Normally it's concentration, but you used a potion.
Maybe just ask it to return to his herd.
Go back to your herd.
See, animal friendship, the spell is not talking to animals.
Yeah, it just blinks at you. It has no idea what you're saying.
Did you
Can
want a
any-
pet? I mean, it lasts for 24 hours, so in a day's time, you're going to have a panicked reindeer in the city. It's not going to be a fun time.
Sikoro,
Yes?
what do I do?
Sikoro pinches the bridge of his nose. Let me think.
Good at the magic stuff. Things happen with me. I don't know how to turn stuff off. I just let it go.
Believe me, I know. I know.
We all know.
She's going to pet poor Olive, looking so sad that she might have just, like, seriously damaged this animal forever.
Well, just think about how far you traveled away from its herd.
I mean, we could try to make it work. I could start taking the spell each day, but eventually it's going to resist just by accident.
I guess, if we let it go off in the wild, the Cragwolves are going to get Olive. I guess we're going to just have to tame Olive.
Oh, well, that's possible.
I didn't think this one through. Ears lower on Spirit's head.
Boone just kind of comes up behind her. I mean, we can just cook it.
Boone! Olive helped
Moon.
us!
We're thinking it, but you can't say it.
It is a sacrifice for a just cause.
No, it's not.
Food for our bellies.
Spirit looks horrified.
Well,
I
unless you know another herd of elk who's willing to take him in.
Why don't we just tame it? And Olive can be our friend.
Look at it from its perspective. Imagine in 24 hours you realize the only reason you're with us was because someone enchanted you. How would that make you feel?
Do you really think he would understand that?
No, but I don't, honestly, but I'm also trying to find a way to get rid of it.
Why?
And it kind of stinks. A lot.
It's an elk.
And if we bring it into the city, it's only going to terrify it. It has a better chance of surviving out there than it does in there.
It might end up being somebody's mill in the city.
That's possible. Less
Wait.
like...
Why are you
do have
doing
an
this
idea.
to me?
I have an alternate suggestion.
And that is?
Reindeers have been domesticated, and the city is, well, starving. You can use reindeer for more than just meat as a farmer. There's
A
chance
male
there's-
reindeer?
Well,
Isn't
it's
it an
still-
elk?
It's still a beast of burden potentially, right?
But I was saying you can tame it.
If we do that, though, the farmer who takes it in is going to want to, make a coat and have a meal out of it eventually.
I mean,
Alright.
how are you gonna tame it?
That's not easy either.
Realistically, if a druid was involved, you could do the spell every day, can't you?
Yeah. I mean, deer are reasonably intelligent. I don't know what's
Being
going to
able to-
happen if it shakes my control.
I think it would be a matter of building up something first. Over the next few days, we could technically domesticate it up. There's probably a ranger in the city who can take it off our hands and bring it to a nearby herd. There is literally probably someone in there who does this every day.
This is the right city for it. If we
It is the biggest
Right.
city for it.
Why would they take the elk back instead of just eating it? It's eternal winter.
That's not a bad point, actually.
I didn't think of that.
We were in need of something to pull a sled, and now we have a sled and a thing to pull it. It's kind of a net win.
But I'm saying though, it could be something that helps us. You know what, Lily? How about we keep casting it, and when we find my people can tame the elk.
It's not a bad idea, and maybe Spirit's tribe would take it in. So it kind of solves one of our problems.
What happens if we do another quest?
Well, we
I
just
mean-
make sure Olive's out of the way.
We are headed
Where
Come
do we
with us? Do they come with us, or do they stay here? If they stay here, we need to find someone who can take care of it.
We can probably rent a stable.
Stables are for horses. We'll need to find someone who's actually trained and good at managing a wild game.
I was about to
see.
say, are we going to leave a wild animal in the stables?
It's exactly. There's a good chance it'll kill the horses or get itself killed.
A wild
just-
and delicious animal.
Or it will
Moon,
just
we
get
are not
spooked
eating all
and
of.
start going through random shops, terrified out of its mind because it has no idea where it is.
But if we have the charm on, it will be calm.
With
It's
you.
not a charm spell.
Takes a spell slot every day, right?
It's going to be friends with the person who casts it once per day for 24 hours.
Saying, I don't understand. My people would find an elk quite useful.
What if people would
And-
find it now quite useful for a meal and its fur?
Okay, so here's my suggestion. We take advantage of the fact that Bryn Sander is a small town. We look around the market. I'll see if I can find someone that would take in an animal like this. If not, I can make an effort to domesticate it.
If everyone's in agreement on this, then
We don't have a choice, really.
Well,
As
there's
long as we-
Olive
Civil-
needs a good life for helping us with this cart of chaos.
I think Olive had a great life until
Alright, here, that's the plan. We get in there, we find someone who's both trained and able to support the elk. We will leave the elk there, and if we need it, we will go back for it from time to time to pull the cart and to be our ally. And every day, Lily will come back, cast her spell, because I believe she's the only one who can, to help domesticate it, to make
That's
it
a
safe
first.
to use without using our magic.
I have a question.
Yes?
What if we are away?
That's why we need to pay. We're going to need to pay someone to watch the elk and to keep the elk. We won't be able to keep it in the stables. So we'll need to find someone in the city who specializes in handling wild game.
It's not impossible. We should really look about finding the person we were going to rent the dog sled from. They might be interested in an animal like this for that purpose.
Guys,
Without-
can I make a suggestion about all this?
Go ahead.
Our plan was to return the ore to the dwarves, use the money to rent a sled to help us get to Dugan's Hole to figure out what happened to my people.
Still the plan.
The spell lasts a while, right? So do we really need to worry about all this?
I'm not headed to Dugan's Hole today. I'm frozen to the bone.
I see what you mean though, and you have a point. Instead of renting a dog, we have we have the dwarven cart. We have something to pull the cart.
I
Would-
think the dwarves would want the cart back, though, so we'll probably have to get a new cart.
That's fair. Still, that will be a lot less. That will be a lot less than getting that in a pack of dogs. But I don't think one elk will be able to pull all of us. I think we'll still need to be I think we'll still be walking for the most part.
Or you can cast Bluey and have one or two people on the disc.
It goes up to 500 pounds. I could do more than 2. But that will always be 30 feet behind me. So I'll need to be at the very, very front. A very soft, squishy body will be at the very, very front.
Right, I don't like this plan.
It'll work. It will. It's just, it will work.
Alright, so Spirit, things to remember today. The elk is only your friend. If it gets spooked inside the city, it will cause damage, injure itself and others, and then try to bolt.
Okay, you want to help me make a makeshift leash for it so that we can stop it from bolting?
I'll do my best. Am I rolling dex on that?
Yes, it would be another. Do you have extra rope? Because all the rope you have is currently being used on.
I was gonna
Reins.
repurpose that rope.
So you're
Yeah.
gonna remove him from the reins, and you're gonna reuse that rope.
Oh, well, yeah,
Yeah,
wait,
yeah.
he's still connected to the cart. We can use him to bring the ore back to the dwarves.
And
Yeah, you can see Bryn
possibly-
Sander in the distance, but you're not there yet.
Okay, so let's use our good friend Olive for the purpose we've conscripted him for.
All right, so we will lead Olive and the cart back to the city.
It should be noted that you guys left the tavern around 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. You got to Ubok's body around 12, to the goblins around 12:30, 12:45, and you just made a trek back down, got lost. It's been about 8 hours on difficult terrain. This is going to require a Constitution saving throw to see who is suffering from point of exhaustion.
This is on all of us?
Constitution?
That's everyone.
Not bad.
Alright, one constitution roll coming up.
Spirit never gets tired. We all know this.
Looks like everybody's doing quite well.
Sorry. Oh, how come I'm back up to full health?
These are different tokens.
Oh.
Fortunately, it was a DC 10, so everyone did pass.
What of Moon?
Yeah, even him, he got an 11.
That's good.
Right, so we are now entering the city.
So as you approach the eastern gate, you can see the torches of the guards up on the walls. You can hear him call down to his companions to open the gate, and they give you a moment to cross the threshold into the town proper before slamming the door closed behind you.
Spirit's gonna instantly try to calm Olive.
Animal handling check. You're so lucky you still have advantage because of the potion.
Jesus.
2 more guards come in with this thick, iron-banded wooden beam, and they put it in position on the door, sealing it shut. And you notice a few people looking in your direction like, why do they have a deer? This is weird.
It's a fair question.
Technically, it's an elk.
Elks
technically.
can be beast of burdens. That actually is a thing.
Yeah, it now occurs to you that you have never been to this part of the city before, and you have no idea where to find anything. Everyone except for Nogberg, actually.
Here longer, wouldn't I know?
Yeah, that's a fair point. You've been here longer. So Sarah and Nogberg would know the way. They'd be able to guide everyone back to the market district at the center of the town.
Longberg is just marching along, like nothing's up.
So you're pushing
With
through.
herself, She got some. Oh, after walking, do I notice any armor shops?
Where you are so far, no, but you know you're dropping off the equipment at the Black Iron Blades, which sells both arms and armor.
Yes, I'm definitely gonna do that.
So you guys keep going, and as you come up to the road that leads straight towards the north gate, where conveniently both Black Iron Blades and the Northlook are located. On that note, let me switch to that map. Dear God, I have too many maps. Sure, Zengarko and Nogberg can see.
Thank you kindly.
So as you head up to the road, Moon looks towards the north and just goes, you know, I'm gonna see if Mira can finish putting me back together. You 6, you got this. And he wanders off towards the north. You hear him muttering, I need a drink.
I think anyone who's bleeding or tired can take a rest. I've got this, if you need me to. I'll need Sakaro, actually. That's a lot of... Can't lift that.
Let's go together, and then we can all rest together.
Alright, before we all rest and stuff, once we dropped off these goods, I'm going to be heading to an armor shop to get this armor looked at and repaired.
You do you.
Except to put Olive on the map.
That's all of the other reindeer.
Olive the awkwardly named elk.
It was such awkward naming.
So you guys find yourself
At
heading
least you didn't call it steak.
Why would I call it steak?
Why wouldn't?
to
I'm sure
Moon.
that's-
He wanders off. Heading south, you find yourselves coming to a relatively small property. It's built mostly like the standard fare of the city. There's a sturdy wooden planks atop a stone base and a sloped ceiling and roof, I should say, to let the snow pour off. The only exception is one corner is made from solid stone brickwork all the way to the top, ending with a billowing chimney that betrays the presence of the forge here at Black Iron Blades. As you pass the first window, you see a dwarven woman in a fine woolen coat with ornate trim. She seems to be counting coins and from a plain wooden chest. She looks up and looks right at Lily, the gestures southward, as if to indicate where to find the entrance.
I wondered.
And as you reach for the doorknob, you find it.
Oh.
The door flies open, and the same dwarven woman is standing there beaming. Oh, welcome to the Black Iron Blades. I am Elsa, and you must be looking for some fine equipment. Perhaps a blade or some armor.
That's not entirely wrong. We have your missing ingots, actually.
She puts a hand to her chest and recoils a sort of a step. No, you wouldn't be so cruel as to get a woman's hopes up like that, would you? Do you really have it?
Either that or we found 900 pounds of some other poor soul's ore.
She looks over to the door leading to the north towards the forge. Garn! Get your fat ass in here! You hear a bit of odd clattering from the other room, and then another dwarf steps in, kind of wipes the sweat from his brow. What you want, Elsa?
I like this woman.
He kind of looks at... hail and well met, friend. I hope my sister is treating you well.
Very hospitable. We are the first caravan, and we took the job to recover your ingots.
Aye, Garen, these adventurers, out of the kindness of their hearts, they've retrieved our ore. He kind of looks at her. Not quite, sister. Runa came by earlier with these. He takes the chest that she was going through and pulls out 6 red stone. I believe this is your payment. Just got to get the ore inside, and you'll get your little stones.
Well, we've brought it this far. I think we can bring it a few more feet. Where do you want it?
I will just put it in the back with the forage. So just bring it
Okay.
over back here.
Okay, this is going to take some doing, but yeah. Oh good, it's already here. I guess we're unloading and getting paid now.
Alright, let's grab some. Go in. Where do you want this, madam?
Over there in the forage will be nice.
So get cargo, trug. Put it in an area. Trug.
Sakuro sees the dwarf come out, kind of clap his hands together. What the fuck is this? Is it floating?
It's very heavy.
Sort of.
Taking more. Going in. Trug.
He looks at Sakura. Oh, you're one of those magic folks, are you?
Yes, I'm a trained wizard.
He's very talented.
Well, put the bloody thing by the door so I don't have to stand out here, will ya?
It's
He goes
awkward. All right. Okay. So Sakura moves 20 feet away, so the circle has to follow him a little bit. Then 20 feet this, 20 feet to the north, so the circle has to follow him. It's so awkward.
So the circle just stops at the door, and then Garden starts taking some himself and carrying it to the back room.
Would you
Is-
like to help, Seraphine? It would be much appreciated.
We could make kind of a conveyor belt kind of thing. Like, not literally, but just, pass it to each other.
Give me just 2 minutes, okay? Hey, ma'am, can I ask you, for a favor?
Well, certainly, Daryl. What do you need me to help you with?
I found a set of chainmail out while I was out. It's a little bit torn up, but I was wondering if you'd be able to kind of repair it for me for my own personal use.
Oh, looking for a repair job, eh? Well, let me
Aye.
see what you're looking for. Garden, get in here! I bloody heard ya, you witch! Let me see. Yeah, let's see. Chainmail, eh? Looks like a sword carved right through some of these rings. Kinda looks at Sarah, kinda looks at her sword. And it's a little bloody. I take it you got this off a little someone, did you?
A little goblin fucker. But no match
Oh.
for me, of course.
Goblins. You did the world a favour, if you ask me. Yeah, let me know. Chainmail's got a value of about 75, and the amount needed to be redone, I could probably do this for a bit of that. Hell. You've earned a gesture of goodwill. Come back first thing in the morning, and I'll have it nice and repaired for you.
You're a good man. Thanks. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna help the other folk bring your ore in.
Aye?
Alright, so I'm gonna start helping them bring the ore in.
Now, is it safe to say that Spirit would bring Olive around with the rest of the ore?
Yeah, she would have brought Olive. She's been staying with Olive, so
So has
Who does
the-
look extremely nervous.
yeah, she's
As-
been like soothing Olive and petting Olive and saying nice little words to it.
Has the ore that was on the disc been fully uploaded?
Yes. It takes
Okay.
about 10, 15, even 20 minutes, but you get it unloaded.
Guys, I brought the cart here.
Thank you.
You spirit. You could just probably see Lily and Zangarko are pretty tired. They're literally carrying heavy ore.
Oh, wait.
forth.
Nogberg, are you gonna come help them?
Oh, sure. He comes over and he busts out his trumpet and he starts to play a rhythm.
Oh, no.
Okay, animal handling check for Spirit.
That wasn't the kind of help she was hoping on. Oh boy.
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Let me double check something. Yep. Olive freaks the fudge out and bolts away from
Garko
Nogberg.
dived onto the cart.
How much does Garko weigh?
That's a good question.
Spirit
This
is
will
going.
tell me if the cart can keep going or if the deer gets stuck.
Its total weight is 170.
Let me do the math here really quick.
That's with all his stuff, armor and all.
That's 170 you said?
170.2.
Okay, you jump on, you hit the cart, and suddenly Olive catches strains against the ropes,
The spirit runs up to Olive and starts trying to
Which-
calm it down again.
which I should check. Strength saving throw for that. No, strength check. Oh, rolled terribly.
And Spirit's gonna try to calm it down again.
Okay.
Another animal handling, I assume?
Yes, this time not with advantage.
It's gotta be okay.
I'd say you barely make it. Olive is still incredibly agitated, kind of feet
Spirit's
kind of
gonna
moving
also
back and forth.
try to feed it another bit of food.
And you also see like a town guard or two kind of looking in that direction. You kind of hear in the distance, "Is that a deer? Why is there a fucking deer in the city? Maybe they're taking it to Seric's Covery."
Hello, Lily.
Hey, you know it doesn't mix
Olive's a
with.
little bit
deer?
agitated.
Yeah, they're just not really fans of noise.
Loud, unknowing noise.
I assume you take Olive back up to the
Yeah.
door.
Um,
Still not a
Spirit-
happy camper.
Yeah, because Nogberg's still playing.
You asked for help.
Ogvar, can you sit on the sled?
Do you want me to keep playing?
No.
No.
No. Please, no. Our elk and Olive is spooked by any sort of noise.
We're in a city.
I know that.
Oh, hi there, guards.
Hi there, miss. We're just here to wonder about your He just gestures at the elk.
It's an elk.
Yeah. Why is it in the city?
Oh, to help pull the cart, of course. Point behind.
So is this thing domesticated?
Oh, yes, it's completely friendly now. Do you want to see? And then she pets the elk.
The one guard looks at the other. The second guard kind of inches closer, like they want to kind of scratch its neck too.
Oh, okay. Spirit doesn't understand.
I
Row
boy.
steps up to try and, put his hand up between the guard and the elk.
Well, Spirit is in your way,
Oh god, she is.
and he rolled really bad. So he kind of gets a little aggressive, kind of grabs the fur, and the elk just batters back. Head goes down.
Spirit,
And-
completely, throws her arms around the elk, trying to, be like, it's okay, it's okay.
Now it shakes you off, and
Uh-oh.
how much? Okay, where's the dice?
Oh no.
Oof. Head goes down, antlers dart up. The guard is gored.
Is the guard dead?
Almost!
Oh, jeez.
Its antlers penetrate through the armor into the guy's chest. He goes, and he's hiked up in the air and dropped. He's on the ground gasping for air now.
Marco's gonna go
Well-
in front, kind of blocking the guard and the elk, being in the way. Like, no.
Well, the
you're
other
not gonna
guard
hurt.
has their weapon out.
Spirit's gonna grab the ropes of the elk and then kind of move the elk away a little bit from the guard.
Well, it's still bound to the cart.
Yeah, just try to lead it away, calm it away from them.
Well, the one guard draws their spear and says, "That thing is a wild beast. What is it doing in the city walls?"
Sekiro, he's talking to you.
Sikro knows. Sikro doesn't know what to say. He's currently standing there. His eyes are saucers. He's looking at the blood. He's looking up at the guard.
We are aware.
He needs a healer.
I'm doing my
we will
best.
deal
I'm
with.
out of magic.
We will deal with. We will deal with the elk. We will. We need to get him to a healer.
He needs to be treated.
Working on it.
Where's the closest fucking healer? Our closest barracks is the opposite side of the town.
Lily, do you think you could stop the bleeding first?
Trying.
Medicine?
Yep, medicine check, or unless you had good berries left.
I don't. Flying by the seat of my pants.
That isn't easily enough to stabilize in this case. It looks like he was only really pierced badly by one. You can't tell for sure if it got his stomach. If it did, he's basically a dead man. It'll just take a while.
Sikoro turns to look at our friendly neighborhood orc bard. Do you heal? I don't know what you can do. Can you heal?
Nogver just kind of stares back. I mean, I
They're so
could,
hard
but
to
I did.
read.
You don't have another healing spell, do you?
He just kind of shakes his head. But I do have this, and he holds up his trumpet.
I swear to God, I will cast Create Bonfire.
Get him. I will take care of your friend. Get him on my platform, on the disc. I will take him back to the barracks. Just tell me where it is. I will see him healed. My friend has already stabilized him. He's at no risk of dying right now, but he needs a healer. He needs to be brought somewhere safe.
Northlook is close.
Oh, we have healers at the Northlook Inn, guys.
There are healers at the Northlook Inn that could tend to him sooner.
We'll do that then. I will take him to a healer. Just let's get him on my disc so he doesn't have to move.
All
Helps
right.
his buddy up to his feet. The other guy is still basically wheezing for breath.
Let me
Puts him
help.
down on the disc. It's safe to say you're going to the Northlook.
I go back to Zangarkro and Lily, and I try and Spirit.
I know.
I am going to take care of him. Find someone in the city who can help with the elk. You'll find us back at Northlook. I can handle this. You just find someone to help us save the elk. And he's going to start making a beeline as quick as he can through the snow and the slush towards Northlook, with the disc always 20 feet behind him. So even if the guards if they're on it, they are following him.
Oh, one's on it, one's behind it. Holding
Oh, he is
the
following
spear in both hands, holding spear in one hand, shield in the other, and looking back at the elk that he's going to kill later tonight.
Alright, so Sikro and the guard are gone then. Alright.
I might be able to call in a favor.
So we'll be able to go back to them in a minute.
You guys think we have to get rid of Olive?
Yes, at this point, yes.
The
He has
blood is
physically
dripping down Olive's antler.
he has
Olive still looks
physically
very agitated.
assaulted a guard, almost killing him, Spirit. He is not domesticated. He is not friendly to others, but you. He's a danger to himself and to others. Yes, we have to rid him.
But he was just acting the way he should act.
I have someone I can call on, maybe. I don't know if their skill set's going to be able to help. I'm going to go there now.
If he's just acting the way he should act, does he really belong in a city?
No, does
No.
not.
That's why I was hoping that we could leave for Dugan Hole soon.
Ogberg, help me unload the last bit of this.
Okay. Just grabs like armfuls of the ingots.
That's what the Zangarko's been doing, and Lily.
The spirit's going to clean off the horns with precipitation and pet poor Olive.
Olive's just wide-eyed looking around. You can tell that he's terrified.
I'm sorry, Olive.
Okay, so we'll cut to Sicaro first. He's now at the Northlook Inn with the guard. Well, the two guards, I should say.
I couldn't be more sorry, but there are healers in there who can help.
So where does he take him? Straight inside?
He's going. We're going straight inside. We're not stopping for nothing.
So this giant magic disc just floats through the doors,
Yeah, I thought about that.
attracting literally everyone's attention, including you see Mira casting a healing spell on Moon at the time. Looks up. What in the?
He was attacked. It's complicated. We need a heal. We need someone. We need a healer. We need a healer's touch.
Get him upstairs. I'll be up in a moment.
He has lost a lot of blood.
She just looks at you deadpan.
All right, upstairs.
So you take him up to Mira's room. She comes up after another minute with a semi-limping Moon. What happened here?
Sikaro's very tongue-tied, but he does eventually say, Olive lashed out. She was very scared, and she lashed out, and she scored him.
I said you should have cooked it. I just saying.
I know what you said. We didn't. We're dealing with it. But this man doesn't need to suffer.
So the leather armor comes off. Mira promptly casts her remaining Cure Wounds spells. And yeah, she takes care of him in that sense. And is able to not only stem the bleeding, she kind of looks into the wound. It looks like it didn't pierce the lining of the stomach, fortunately. This should be enough. And she uses her healing. The guy is out cold, but she saved him. The other guard looks at you. Who the fuck are you?
We're people who mean well in everything we do, but somehow, for some terrible reason, the gods have decided that us personally deserve to be pounded in every orifice on an almost nightly basis by a complete assortment of the absolute worst luck ever imagined. I have been chased out of my home on the most ridiculous cause, and I cannot begin for the life of me deal with this stress right now.
Sakaro's snapping and no one's there to contain him.
Everybody in the room is staring at him except the unconscious guard.
He spit a great deal of what he just said. Like, the guard would be covered in a good layer of Sicaro spit.
He kind of wipes off the front of his helmet and looks down at his breastplate. You should probably back to your people.
I'm sorry. Do you have any idea how hard it is? Do not lie. Do you have any idea how hard it is to dance around everything you say, to keep an oath going?
He just looks at Moon and Mira like, who is this guy?
2 minutes away from... I'm Sicaro, and I'm very sorry for what I've done. I am. We all are. I'm leaving now. Moon, I hope you're feeling better. Mira, you're a wonderful person. I don't necessarily trust you, but you're a wonderful person who's done a lot of good. I'm leaving now. Goodbye. And he leaves, slamming the door.
Okay.
So,
Sure. Hey. And while that's happening, is Lily going where I think Lily's going?
The only person in town she can think of to go to is Kira.
Okay, that's what I thought. So she gets to Kira's shop. This is around probably 6:30 at this point. She's getting ready to close up. If you walk in the shop, she's hard at work. You can see a few books on the table talking about things like different kinds of mushrooms and root plants. It looks like she did take you seriously when you came in before. She looks up. Oh, Lily, I wasn't expecting you.
It's been an interesting day. I hope you're well.
I am. You look rather alarmed.
Lily is very likely covered in blood the way a surgeon is.
What happened? She walks up to see if the blood is yours or someone else's.
It's someone else's. I stabilized them, but they could really use a second healer, and I'm exhausted.
Of course. Where am I going?
We're headed to the inn I stay at. The Northlook?
Yep. All right. Let me just grab my things.
Thank you. We have a second issue as well, but I'll explain on the way over.
So they're now on their way back. Sikaro's on his way back down.
As cart.
The cart would be empty by now. And on that, I would give Zangarko and was Nogberg helping lift?
Hi.
If Nogberg and Sarah were helping lift, I want all three of you to do another Constitution saving throw.
You got it.
Just to see if we're exhausted.
Seraphine was just kind of hanging out near the cart. Just kind of keeping out of it. Well, she was helping. She helped lift it, but then when the whole
the incident
happened, she was just kind of like, I'm going to just stay out of it and just kind of
observe. She's not going to take any forward action.
No. Which, Zinkarko, he kind of like, when he would pass Seraphina, he'd kind of give almost like the stink eye, because it's like, seriously, not helping.
Now, by the time Lily and Kira get there, Kira beelines right past Lily to Spirit and the elk, which is a bit of an odd choice. The elk immediately starts to take a step back, but Kira puts her hands up. There's a slight flare. Sorry?
Just one moment. Jess, they can't hear you.
Oh, I had my mute button on. Sorry. Yeah, Spirit is just she was getting all ready to pull the elk away from her.
But she walks up, you see a slight flash in her hands, and then she starts speaking to the elk in Sylvan, if anyone knows it.
Yes.
So she just walks up, she says, "Hello there." The elk kind of looks at her, nods, and what brings you here? I hear your name is Olive? The elk just kind of chortles, kind of bobs its head a little bit.
Oh, no.
Oh, I see. Well, your friends, did there a reason they brought you here? It kind of glances over at the cart and then back at her, confused. She kind of starts petting the elk and looks over at Spirit. Am I under the impression that this poor creature is being influenced?
Yes, I drank a potion, but then I didn't really think things through, and now I feel really, really bad.
Well, the good news is he seems quite fond of you. The bad news is he's terrified and believes that he's going to die.
Our plan wasn't to kill him. Does he like me without the potion? Because, to be honest, I probably don't deserve it.
She's
I'm
still
sorry,
petting the elk and
Olive.
turns back to him, just continues speaking in Sylvan, basically reassuring the elk it's going to be okay, asking if it would like to return to the wild, and then turns back to you and says, well, he would like to go back to his people, but he doesn't know where they are.
They went off in a direction that, if I remember correctly, southeast?
Southeast of where we were originally, anyway.
Mm-hmm. We know this is no place for him. I was hoping to maybe bring him to my people, and then we can maybe help try to hunt down his people and all that, but...
She gives you a
After all-
kind of quirk brow look to that. I hope when you say taking a hunt back to... You don't mean implication, of course, being that you intend to hunt the entire herd.
Oh, no. My people don't overhunt at all. I meant, find his people so that we can bring him back to the herd, right?
She whispers back to it that she'll be back in a moment, and then she bolts north, probably passing Sakaro as he's coming back. And she doesn't even pay any attention, she keeps going.
Can you really speak with animals like she did? Looking at Lily.
I haven't learned that trick yet.
Oh, you definitely need to learn that one.
Yes.
And then Spirit pets Olive. I'm sorry, Olive.
Did you say that Sakura would be making his way back?
I believe I did, unless he was staying at the inn.
No. He was coming back to the group.
Yeah, he'd be
What
on
does-
his way back.
What
You
does
would see
Sakura
Kira
look?
run past him towards the north look, and then just disappear around the corner.
Yeah, ignoring him. That's okay. He doesn't. What was that about Sekiro?
How does he look?
A little flabbergasted, like a little exhausted, a little overwhelmed, but no more than normal. It's a long walk back, and he's tried to collect himself.
Zangarko will first notice if Spirit and Lily have it under control, which looks like they have Olive under control, and he'll
Lily's keeping your distance because she smells like human blood, and that can't be good.
no.
Spirit's going to help you with that.
Karo, are you alright?
Yes, and he's all right. Mira's healed him and checked out his wounds. They weren't superficial, but they're okay. They'll be okay.
You did well. Acted quickly. And you saved a man's life. You should be proud.
Thank you. I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted.
Because Zangarko's sweat on you and me both. The amount of running and lifting I've done today. I could really use a nice sponge bath and a good rest. A meal.
Do they have a hot bath in this town?
That's why I assumed a sponge bath.
At least you're built for this, right?
Yeah, I'm built for spirit shenanigans. He says kind of with a teethy grin yeah, I'm totally built for that.
How is she?
She feels upset. She feels guilty, but Lily acted quickly as well and got her friend. I think it's gonna be alright.
Well, let's make sure.
You don't have to stress about that.
Believe me, we have enough stress in her. This is just another thing for the pile.
Yes.
All right, come on, let's go see them. Make sure they're okay.
Hey, Sekiro, you're finally coming back.
Tea Leaf, you're as pleasant as ever.
All part of the charms, hon.
Yes.
Were
So
they able-
much charm.
Come on there, dinosaur friend. You can't get enough. I mean, come on there, dragon. Wait,
Ooh.
you can't get enough of me. She winks.
I will plan to ignore that because you are tired and overworked and you almost died. Yes.
I can tell you. I can see you haven't been around many mercenaries, have you?
Isn't technically Sengarko a mercenary too?
Didn't
Marco's
we
a
all just
soldier.
technically
You
complete a
besmirched
job
his
for
honor.
money?
Please, don't. I just want you to know, this is just kind of the way that us mercenaries kind of like bond with each other. You know, making fun of each other. You know, I mean no offense by it at all. You seem like a good enough chap.
Yes. Thank you for the compliment in your tongue, then.
Spirit would have cast prestidigitation to help clean Lily up, by the way, from all the blood.
Siguro would have heard slight mumbling of, I have honor. This woman questions my honor.
All right, Lily, there you go. Brand spanking new.
Thank you for that.
Oh, hey, Sengarko.
See, kind of, well, Grubbles, look, hello, there. The guard has been stabilized in here due to the quick thinking of Sikaro and Hira. Hira providing the healing, Sikaro providing the disc of transportation.
Oh, is that what Sikaro said?
Yes. He is making his way.
Kind of like look over the cart, wave at Sikaro in the distance.
Sikara waves back. Hi.
I wouldn't get too close. Olive's still kind of jumpy.
Yes, you should stand a little bit away, Sikaro.
Did someone collect our pay while I was gone?
You have not collected the pay yet.
Oh, you guys could probably deal with that then.
I will deal with it.
I did have a few
Sikaro.
questions.
Sikaro, you stand a little far away from Olive. You are...
All right.
Thank you.
The spirit kind of looks at Sakura, like the expression on her face is like, I understand being protected by him. It's kind of like, he's so much like a daddy.
Don't make the joke, Victoria. Don't make the joke, Victoria.
A dad
Don't
or
make
a
the
daddy?
Oh my god.
I wanted to so bad.
A
So
dad.
bad.
A dad, not a daddy.
No. He's a daddy.
Oh my god, no.
Honk, honk, wee wee baguette.
Guess you two go back inside to collect payment. What has Nogberg been doing inside?
Probably disassociating.
Just staring off into space.
Hello,
You get it?
darkness, my old friend.
You walk inside and you just see Elsa staring at Nogberg, who's like staring at the ceiling.
He's
She
thinking
looks at-
about whether or not he can have reindeer.
She looks over at the other two. He's just been staring this entire time. Like, I'm not even sure if he's blinked.
He does that. He's once had, 3-hour playing session?
There's that one day
Really?
he went from the. There's that one day that he went from the bar to the next and just kept playing for half a day.
Yes, very talented on what he's passionate. Since the
Oh, you're here for your coin, of course. Give me a moment. She goes back
Thank
to the
you.
chest, pulls out a pouch, opens the pouch really quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, all 6. And she hands it over. Each one of these stones is worth a solid, I believe, 50 gold apiece. You'll have 6.
Thank you.
And just to leave the cart over in the back, I'll have Runa pick it up for her trip back north.
Thank you very much.
But you are certainly welcome.
If one was to inquire about someone who could make weapons to protect the city, who would you go to?
And what kind of weapons are we talking about?
Well, I've heard that there are large predatory animals, everything from dragons to cragcats to other. The city could really use something like a ballista.
You're thinking something like a combat engineer, huh?
I put a little bit of thought into it. It's not something I'm used to thinking about, but I think I could design it.
Well, I'm sure the smiths up in the Dwarven Valley would be more than sufficient to do such a thing. But they've been pretty isolated since this winter began.
You mean the dwarves who live in the northern mountains?
That's the one.
That's a trip, but yeah, just to maybe keep those druids who demand the sacrifices away and all the animals. It just seems like something the city needs.
And would you believe that none of the other 10 towns actually have a wall? Dare I say Bryn Sander is the best defended place of them all?
They need to shift their way of thinking if they're going to survive this. But thank you. That's an excellent idea, and maybe something I'll need to pursue in the near future.
Would you like me to have Haruna send a letter up to the people? Maybe Stokely Silverstream himself can take a look, see what we can do.
I would be very, very appreciative.
Of course. I'll start writing on that note tonight.
Thank you, and I hope the ingots are still workable.
Oh, I'm sure they'll be fine. Garen has worked with worse materials before.
Well, I'm glad we could help. Someone deserved a happy ending today.
Yeah, I did hear a bit of a wee havoc outside. Is everything alright?
I'm not sure, but I think it will be.
Alright then. Well, it's about time for us to start closing down for the night. Fortunately, we live here, but...
I understand, and I will tow our bard away.
Alright. She kind of looks like at Nogberg again, wondering if she missed it when he blinked.
She did.
Alright, you two have a good night. And she gets a quill and she starts writing.
Lily will just maybe kind of pull Nogberg by the hand.
Oh, okay. Are we going?
Yeah, these fine folks are closing shop for the night. And...
He just kind of stomps on ahead out the door.
Well, we got paid.
Yes.
We just gotta wait for Kira to get back.
They've asked us to leave the sled around back. Seems fair, all things considered.
Oh, okay. Alright, Olive.
If Olive's not up to it, I can just move it.
Olive is still tied to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take care of that, maybe.
Okay, so Olive, you remember Lily. We're going to untie you from the sled, okay?
Just looks at you and tilts its head.
You know, start untying the ropes.
Kind of tries to look down, but can't really get a good angle because you're working around its neck. And it kind
And,
of head darts up, like it saw something in the distance. Lowers again. You can see he's calmed down a bit, but he's still on high alert.
Not gonna do anything fancy with the rope. I'm just gonna get it off him for now. I'll readjust it and untangle it later.
Not trying to do the leash.
Honestly, it probably would be a good idea, but I'm hoping Kira returns before it becomes an issue.
Well, we could untie the rope on the end of the sled and then hold on to it.
Yeah, maybe that's the better idea.
Yeah, so that's what we do.
This way, Olive doesn't have to be involved.
Kind of, Spirit's gonna lead Olive a little bit away out of the sled, down.
Okay.
And kind of like gesture for Sengarko to throw the longer end of the rope to Sengarko.
Arco would grab it.
Because Spirit knows she's not gonna be able to stop an elk. She understands her limitations on that regard.
Does she?
Not at a lot. I mean, I still think she doesn't realize how squishy she is.
It's the fluff. It's all the fluff.
Fluffy.
And Lily will pull the sled behind the shack.
Oh, it's an ordeal. This thing's 300 pounds by itself.
Yeah, she can do it. It's just super slow.
Maybe ask Nogberg to assist.
He might pull out his
Do you?
trumpet.
Yes, Lily may have learned her lesson in that regard.
Actually, it was Spirit who asked him to assist.
All right.
It's like
Kira gets back, and I can sleep for a few days.
For about another 5 or so minutes, Kira does show up again. She looks a little exasperated. Oh, hello again, everyone. Is everything calmed down?
Yes, Olive still seems a little on edge.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of a way that I could possibly help him get back to his people. The only idea I have, frankly, is to, well, join him. At least until we can get him somewhere safe. I'm being purred at by a 3-legged cat.
Aww.
Join him?
Literally take him back, and hope we can find his herd.
Yes, precisely that, actually.
Out there on your own?
Well, I wouldn't let her go alone.
Capable of defending myself.
I wouldn't allow you to go either.
Yeti's out there.
Yes.
The good thing is, elk can run very quickly.
Can they two poor bears pulling along a cart full of goblins?
This is technically my mess up, Kira, so I would probably want to help out.
Spirit, as far as we know, they're halfway to the Rigged Glacier by now. This could be a several-day journey. She walks up, kind of pets him. Since they've spoke, he kind of defers. I don't think it will be too bad.
Are you sure about this, Kira? The shop still needs your attention.
We have a second alchemist in town, I'm sure people will visit Riordan. He's not that unbearable. She says that half jokingly. You get the impression they may have a
Spirit will pet Olive again, looking very, very sad. Sorry.
Now, I think it might be best that I do this now, because if we wait, I do know, what's your name? I think Arctis will come back here and, well, she looks at Olive. It wouldn't end well.
Well, I'm drained and exhausted and can't join you right now, but if you need my help, I've got a little bit left in the tank today.
Oh, I'll be alright. She kind of waves her hand again.
Have you traveled out there before?
First she says to Olive in Sylvan, "You think you're ready to make the walk home? I'll come with you." And he looks over at her and just kind of chortles again. She nods back. "Oh yes, I used to travel out into the forests with my mentor. It's been a few years, but..."
I don't like you going alone. It's very dangerous out there. I will offer my services.
Druids do have tricks that they can apply alone when they don't have to worry about other people's safety, and Olive is fast enough to get away from any predators. It's not ideal, but it is fairly safe.
Alright, I would just slow you down.
I think all of us would right now.
Why don't you guys go to the inn? I will help Kira bring Olive to the gate.
I am a little more tired than I let on. I think I'll do that.
You all kind of did a lot of heavy lifting, so I'm okay to do the send-off.
You will be.
Use you to sleep, although I don't need it, huh?
Alright, see you guys there.
Can
Sakura-
Zinker go insight check that Spirit's actually gonna mean she's gonna see us, or she's gonna, like, try to go with Kira?
An insight check. You have absolutely no idea. Spirit's
It's
really hard to read. She just has such subtle character to her. It's so difficult.
I mean, for the longest time we traveled with her, she has been nothing but honest. With a little hint of white lies here and there.
Don't be too long, Spirit. I'll be staying awake until I know you've returned.
Of course.
And Kira, safe travels. Be
Thank you.
safe.
Sakura moves his hands in the air in a very soft and subtle manner. A little orange glow appears around his dominant hand. It grows a little bit brighter, and then a little bit brighter, and then it seems to pop off from the wrist. Not his hand, the glow, and the glow keeps the shape of his hand. It then travels a slight distance to Spirit, and then it pokes her on the nose.
Spirit kind of like,
Hopefully that didn't startle Olive.
It was totally silent.
and he poked Spirit on the nose with the mage hand.
Poke Spirit on the nose with mage hand, and then says, "Be safe and don't be long."
Of course. And when she poked, her eyes kind of went cross-eyed as she tried to look at what poked her nose.
I'm a bit on the snoot.
A snoot put it. Oh, let's all go. One.
So everyone heads off to the inn.
Yep. You were saying, Victoria?
No. Just said I, as in yes, heading to inn.
All right.
Okay.
So Spirit helps, Spirit leads Olive to the gate, walking with Kira.
Akira just kind of gives her a look. You shouldn't beat yourself up. Nature's a complicated.
It's a little more than that.
Oh?
My people relied upon me for a lot of things, but I mean, I was just a child, and every time I made a mess up, I somehow seemed to mess things up even more.
Sure, your people don't feel that way about you.
Well, no, they think I'm a gift from the cat god, and I'm meant to protect my people, and I'm destined for great things, and...
You look back at her and she's kind of giving you this wide-eyed expression like, oh, she's crazy.
That's what my people have told me all my life. I mean, I was actually being trained to be the leader of my people.
Quite a responsibility. Is that something you wanted?
Well, I don't know. I just wanted to make friends. But it's hard to make friends when everyone thinks you're some sort of gift from the gods, you know?
I can't say that, to be honest. No one's ever thought of me as a goddess. Well, she kind of pauses.
I've messed up many things in my life, Kira. And people like you always jump in and fix it and help. People like Zangarko keep telling me things not to do.
Every day is a new lesson, and every other day is another lesson more. She kind of pauses. Something my mentor used to always tell me. You have to do what's right, even if sometimes others don't understand.
No, never mind. I really hope that Olive gets back to his herd, you know? I was just trying to help, and I didn't think of the consequences again.
Well, when you do find your people, and when they elevate you to be their leader, again, she's saying this rather unsure, certainly, you'll have to think not just for yourself, but for everyone. Do you think you'll be able to do that?
Well, I believe that this strange group of people I somehow latched myself onto will help teach me that.
There you are.
I mean, Sakaro keeps being the voice of telling me not to cast magic, and Zangarko is the one that keeps picking me up when I run off to do things. And Lily's always there to be my friend. I mean, Nogberg makes me laugh. You know, he does play really good music, but I'm afraid if I tell him how long he'll end up playing.
She's never been a witness to this, so she just kind of gives you the furrowed brow look.
Trust me, don't ask him to play a song. He won't stop. He'll go hours.
Oh.
I think he's addicted.
Playing music.
Yeah, I didn't think addiction could be like that, but I think he is literally addicted to playing music.
The first signs of addiction.
Interesting.
I don't know much about Serafina yet, but we'll see. And, well, Aurelia, she was a really nice companion too. Kind of looks sad at that. I really hope she's okay.
I'm sure you'll see her again. But for now, she stops and sees the doors of the gate have opened up. She takes a few steps away. I believe we have somewhere to go. She says
Yes.
that to her apparently new companion, who
Spirit
looks at
hug-
her puzzled.
Spirit hugs Olive. All right, Olive, you have a big task ahead of you. Make sure Kira doesn't get hurt, and go back to your family.
And when you look over back to Kira, you see another elk, except with sort of vibrant silver fur, kind
Ooh,
of like her hair
Kira,
color.
you could do what Lily does.
Just tilts her head at you,
Holds out a hand.
lowers her muzzle to let you pet her.
Pet her. Hey, be safe out there, Kara, and thanks for listening to my rambles.
She nods, then turns around, kind of bucks, and bolts out the gate. Olive runs after.
Spirit kind of like watched them leave, and once she doesn't see them anymore, takes a deep breath. All right, Spirit. Let's hope your biggest screw up isn't leaving your people behind. And makes her way back to the end.
I believe everyone should already be there except for her.
According to the map, we're on a route.
Well, technically, that building is the North Fork.
Alright.
My 10,000th map.
Gotta get rid of the old map.
Well, I never know when you're going to go back to some of these areas. Like, I almost
Sure.
deleted the map we just used.
So while Spirit was having her conversation, I won't go inside yet because I assume you guys are doing stuff.
And when everyone else would arrive, they'd get there, they'd see the one guard who was talking about killing Olive is sitting by the door to Mira's room. Moon is drinking, and Mira's actually by the fire pit talking to some other gentlemen.
So drinking.
Nogberg is gonna take up residence near performance zone.
Oh no.
Okay.
Performance zone is where Mira is.
It's fine. It'll just play something gentle,
Yeah.
like the drums. He can't play his reed flute anymore.
Someone did take it, that is true.
He's gonna doot his horn.
So Nogberg goes over, he gets his drum, he starts playing the drum. Is he like doing both at the same time, beating the drum while playing the trumpet one-handed?
I wonder if he could do that.
Well, you can certainly try. Though I would do performance with disadvantage if you've never done it before.
Find out.
Not as bad as you'd think it would be, but still pretty bad.
To work on it. It's a new technique.
So he starts playing, and Mira looks away from the gentleman she's speaking with because he's staring at Nogberg in confusion. She looks at him, and she just falls back against the back of her chair and sighs.
In his business, we call this mood music.
Yes. Now what's everyone else up to?
Garko would have ordered food.
Serafina is having a drink with Moon.
You need to be at the bar.
I need to be at the bar.
Need to be at the bar,
I
because
need
we'll
to
be
be
at
at
the
the bar.
bar.
I need to be at the bar.
Need to be at the bar.
I'm at the bar.
At the bar.
The bar. I'm at the bar.
So for Zangarko, that would be 5 silver. And for Serafina, it would just be 4 copper.
Lily, how much money did we make?
6 of those gems are worth 50 gold each.
Which is exactly what I would have said if I wasn't muted.
50 gold each.
Yes.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
Sakar, are you planning on staying in this town for any length of time?
Look, he's in the process of pulling out a big, familiar purple book when he looks up at her. To a point? Why do you ask?
At the very, very least, I was wondering if you could help me unravel the mystery of the magic shop.
I don't follow.
We were looking at properties for rent the other day.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is a magic shop that is, shall we say, bigger on the inside.
Rumored to be bigger on the inside.
However, the storage room they were using, which I'm quite certain is at least partially some kind of extra space and time, is protected by a puzzle that requires some intellect to solve. I immediately thought of you.
Thank you. Well, yes, absolutely. I'd be more than happy to help you investigate this.
Okay, I just need to convince them to give us a second showing then, and we should be able to crack it. And as kind of a measure of proof, Lily will show the note that was left behind, which I don't happen to have on me.
Mentioned my word documentation.
Outside of game, are
Yep.
we dividing it up by 8 or by 9? Yeah,
Oh, sorry. We have to sell it first, right?
yeah. But are we dividing it up by 8 or 9? 9 would include Mira. 8 would be Moon.
All the intense work Mira did on this job.
I know. She healed the guard at the end. That was
It was a little
Um,
unrelated, though.
Mira wasn't part of the job, so we wouldn't give it to Mira.
So divided by 8.
Spirit
After we
invited her,
sell it.
and she said no.
Well, it's cold. It would be 37.5. So 37 gold and 5 silver.
Yeah, once we sell the gems.
Yeah.
This should give me Justin.
I don't know what to do with that note.
Out of game. Oh, never mind. That's silver pieces. Never mind.
Are you asking which coin was which in the character sheet?
I was trying to figure out what the SP was. It's a silver piece.
Platinum, gold, electrum, silver, copper.
Yep.
Okay, unless anything else is to transpire, you can call it a night.
Did Thicaro eat?
Didn't yet. He didn't order food.
You are full of Goodberry.
And good berries good for it.
Yeah, you guys would be hungry, wouldn't you? Oh, except Spirit. She didn't have a good berry. On
I
that
don't
note.
think. Yeah, Sangarko didn't have one either.
No.
He wasn't injured. So, he'll still. Did you kind of looking at both of them not eating? Did you want some of this?
Sikoro has his nose buried in this big old purple book, and he just kind of waves it off. I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm still rather full from the very small berry I ate. Lily, I've been meaning to ask, how would that work? Making good berries into a pie. If one berry fills you up, what happens if you eat 3 berries? Does it fill you up 3 times as much?
It would be like eating enough for 3 days.
If you ate 10 berries, like let's say someone put a bowl in front of you, said they were blueberries, and you didn't know better, and you ate the whole bowl, would you explode?
No, it's not kind of a space thing, it's a nutritional thing.
Okay.
I wouldn't recommend a strict Goodberry diet. You'd lose a lot of weight.
Okay. So you couldn't exactly survive eating nothing but good berries.
You could. You would just become waifishly thin.
Alright. So you wouldn't survive here, you'd freeze to death.
Unless you had other tricks.
I don't, and I don't have enough space, and I don't have food, and I don't have weight to lose. Maybe I will get something.
I mean, for a druid, you just turn into something small and furry.
I might learn that trick eventually.
It sounds good right now, actually.
I'm working on an identify spell actually, nothing fancy, but I'm feeling a bit lost without one. That and something really interesting.
There's a non-zero chance that, despite being looted, the magic shop might still have something magical hidden away in its back room.
Maybe, but it takes a lot of resources to Have I ever showed you what's in this book? He kind of pats the purple book on the table.
You showed me the one spell.
Yes, that's one spell. That was a very simple spell too. The mathematics that goes into arcane magic is unbelievable. That's why she is adorable. I respect her deeply. She scares the ever-living tar out of me.
Because the magic is unpredictable.
Because she's a...
It all comes remarkably naturally to her. Now, here's my question.
Honestly, she's probably one of the kindest and most resourceful people I've ever met. I have absolute respect for her.
Yes, and how did it go with the elk spirit?
I don't... Oh!
Very well. So, Carl,
He almost falls out of his chair.
Thank you for the compliments.
Phew.
It's the tail that makes you stealthier.
Yes.
Sekiro buries his face in the book.
Are you hungry, Spirit? I order
Spirit will
something.
give Sekiro kind of like a pat on the back, like it's okay.
So that's how mage armor works. Fascinating.
Kira is doing great. She became an elk and is helping Olive get home.
An elk, really?
That's good.
Oh, she's a bit ahead of me.
Which also makes sense why we wouldn't be able to follow her.
Yes.
I could follow her. I'm just impressed she can turn into something that big.
Are you hungry, Spirit?
I'm not hungry. She kind of looks at everyone. I do have one thing, though. And Spirit bows her head. I am sorry for messing up so much.
It is
Well,
fine.
I wasn't going to mention it. You seemed remorseful and upset about this.
The fact that you're apologizing means you're learning a mistake. We all make them, Spirit.
I don't think any one of us would be here if we didn't make mistakes.
Thing is, I don't know if I can entirely stop them from happening.
Oh, magic is unpredictable. Yes, but
Which,
yeah.
Spirit kind of looks at Sekiro. You know, I may be more willing to hear what you know about my magic.
That's a difficult conversation, and not for the reason you think. Your
Well,
magic is...
obviously not. Maybe not tonight because everyone's so tired, and Spirit kind of looks a little shyly, and maybe just you and I alone.
He nods. Have I ever showed you how I prepare for my spells?
I mean, I've seen Lily prepare, but I haven't seen you.
It's very different. And not different at the same time.
I'll tell you what. Tomorrow morning, I'll knock on my door if I'm not awake yet, and I'll knock on yours if I am, if I wake up before you. And first things first, I'll show you exactly what I do every morning to prepare my spells, and then you can show me what you do.
What I do?
Believe it or not, magic is natural. It's an extension of our personality, of what we know and how we know it. Magic is so much more than what anyone can understand. Just by being you and by behaving the way you do, you harness magic. And I am very jealous of how natural it comes to you. I would like to learn from you as much as you'd like to learn from me.
Really?
Absolutely.
That kind of means a lot. Magic hasn't been with my clan for a very long time. No one was able to teach me anything. It's why my people thought, or maybe, I don't know, I'm starting to question it, but my people really believe I'm destined for great things because I was the only one to show any form of magic after many years.
We'll talk about it more tomorrow, in private. We'll figure this out.
Thank you, Sekiro. And I'm officially apologizing for any future mess-ups that will happen, because I really don't know how to control it. Never have.
I'll make you a promise. The first chance I get, I'm going to figure out how to cast a counterspell. That way, though, if the worst should happen, I have a way to keep it in line. Deal?
Well, deal. And, I mean, sometimes some good things have happened out of it.
You saved our lives last night. I'm pretty sure that bear would have killed me in one go.
I also did save my people.
See?
You're
I
a
have a
hero.
question related to that.
Oh, really, Lou?
Are we headed to Dugan's Hole tomorrow?
There's something that I haven't told you all.
There's that, Spirit.
She kind of looks at everyone. I was supposed to take over one day to lead my people. It's why I haven't really talked about future lodgings, Lily.
I figured you just wanted to go back to your tribe.
So you are going to be the next chief.
In a way, it's complicated and it's a very long story. Well, I don't think I'm ready to lead. I think I have learned so much more being with you guys than being raised by my own people.
Does your tribe have other people with experience? You mentioned your father. I don't imagine he'd give up his responsibilities overnight.
Oh no, the spirit kind of like looks like this part of the conversation is getting awkward for her. I don't know how to describe it, but you know how Zangarko kind of treats me like a child sometimes?
I've noticed.
Now imagine if your entire tribe treats you like that.
I'm sorry. Running off away from everyone else.
No, I understand. You don't want me to make mistakes, and that's what my people didn't want me to do.
Spirit, we all make mistakes.
But I can't learn if no one allows me to. And that's why I've been learning a lot with you guys.
Apparently, I've been stifling your growth.
Sangarko, it's okay. I apparently have that illusion on people. I mean, I have an entire clan that did that to me.
And I'm part of the problem. Solution.
Solution is easy. You let Spirit make some mistakes for herself, and she learns.
I am fearful that one of the greatest mistakes I have made is teleporting myself away from my people. I want to go back to know.
You didn't do that on purpose. That's not a mistake. That's an accident.
Yes.
But I still did it. And
your magic is wild. It is not what would deem orderly like Sikaro's or Lily's magic. Where you pull your magic from, I'm not gifted in the likes of magic, but seeing how Lily and Sikaro perform magic, yours is very different. You had no control. Your gifts come somewhere else.
oh, Serafina.
I got a little bit of a message for you guys from the barkeep about our next part of this whole task.
Yeah, okay. Spirit looks very now shy. Like, how much did she hear? Oh, I should probably head off to bed. Good night, guys, and runs off.
Oh, I guess we'll just I'll give you guys the message and then you guys can relay it to her in the morning.
Sounds good.
So the innkeeper basically says that since we're going to Dugan's Hold, apparently it's quite the trip. Roads are buried by snow. You need to take the whole of Eastway before following the coast of Black Denishire. That's about a good day is what she was telling me, assuming we camp out in East Haven or Goodmead. So, yeah, apparently got quite the snow awaiting for us.
That's okay. That'll take us through East Haven and Goodmead. That'll make the trip easier.
Be prepared for trekking through quite a bit of snow, it seems.
No. If we take the Eastway, which we are on today, we'll end up in East Haven, and that's when looks like it starts getting a little snowy. I mean, it's always going to be snowy, I guess, but we just can't head in a straight line, right? Maybe? I'm getting warm?
I will trust your judgment, Lee. Very good. Exactly. It's you and Spirit leading the way. I don't think we can get lost.
Why would you say that? Why would you tempt fate like that?
I'm sorry.
Zengargo. You do realize that now I'm gonna have to keep everyone alive. Thanks.
I'm sorry, Lily.
For me wanting to keep everyone alive?
Oh, for tempting fate.
Uh,
You're also discouraging your friend, Spirit.
I think Spirit learned a little lesson today about why we sometimes discourage her. I was a little worried I'd have to take that olive out back and, well...
I was aware. I'm glad
wasn't
that...
looking forward to it.
No, I would have done the deed. I wouldn't want her to hate you if that ever came to it.
So, that guard's giving us the evil eye. Are we under arrest tonight?
I don't know.
Well, if that's not the case, then I'm probably going to turn to a cat and go to bed.
Have a good sleep, Lily. And thank you for the information, Serafina. Be finding a shop in the morning to exchange these for gold to split it evenly for those who participated.
You know who might be a good bet for that? Do you remember
And who?
the vendor in the trench coat who sold the precious rocks?
Yes.
He seems like the kind that would be interested.
I think his name was Reggie.
Ringy, but you're close.
Ringy, yeah.
Ringy, definitely not a kobold, definitely just a really short dragonborn.
Ringy, I believe was the name I think you're talking about. A very small fellow.
I remember him being fairly tall.
Thought he was small. Maybe I'm just remembering things wrong.
Here's what we might need to consider, though. 300 gold in a town that hasn't really seen any income for 2 years may not be easy to come by. But that sounds like a problem for you.
Right. Well, gonna turn in my plate. I think I'm going to head to bed.
I should probably get my beauty seat myself.
Good night,
I am-
Serafina.
I am going to pay for the room, which I think Spirit might have forgotten to do.
You need coin as well.
No, I'm pretty good about my money, thanks.
Alright. Icaro, you going to bed soon?
In a moment, I have decisions to make. Besides, he points a thumb over to our friendly neighborhood bard. Someone's going to have to tell him to tuck in.
I'll go
Give him an hour. He's having fun. He had a long day. I'll grab him in a bit. You get some sleep.
Alright.
Do 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 do.
Thank you, Sakura. Turns his plate to the counter, thanks the barkeep, pays for his room.
Is this going to be a solo room or the 4-bed again?
Oh, it's a solo room.
That'd be 5 silver. And 8 for Lily, since she's sharing with Spirit.
And Zengarko is going to go to his room looking ever so defeated because he literally crushed a young adult woman's dream. Zengarko, before resting, he'd take off his armor, clean his blade, proper maintenance on his stuff. Basically lost in thought. Am I a terrible person for treating Spirit like a child? Am I overprotective? Am I a bad person?
Intense.
Yeah, I'll say Zagarko.
Shall
Low
I start,
intense. When Lily
playing the
comes,
violin?
yeah.
Say that again, Victoria?
I said, should I start playing the violin?
Oh, for Zagarko's thing. Lily, when you actually walk into the room, Spirit's actually sitting on the bed, wood carving.
That's a new hobby.
Ooh. Carving what? What is she carving?
What do you mean? What is she carving?
What is she carving?
She has a wood carving kit.
But is she carving anything in particular?
Yes.
And what would that be?
She is carving olive.
But onto just a little piece of wood?
Well, Aurelia's staff is out in the wild because we didn't go back to burn the body.
That's what I was going to clarify.
Yeah. No, with the wood carver's tools kit, it would have came with pieces of wood to carve with.
Okay.
So
I just wanted to make sure you didn't think you had it.
No, I know I didn't. Oh, hey Lily.
Hey.
Do you think that new girl heard me?
Oh, you mean Serafina?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of talking about personal stuff, and then she came in, and I was like, oh boy, kind of embarrassing.
I think Serafina had a nice light buzz going on with Moon, and probably wouldn't have much interest since she can't remember your name half the time.
Yeah.
I think it's wonderful that you have a tribe waiting for you who thinks you're important and special.
You know, you're always welcome once things get fixed, you know.
I kind of thought your tribe hid away from, well, humans, for lack of a better word. Maybe rightly so.
We hid away from humans because, well, hid away from anyone because we always believed that the Frostbite Queen and the anger of the North and the storms is because people have forgotten how to properly live among nature.
That's a complicated subject. I think if you asked 10 smart and wise people how to best do that, you'd get 10 different answers.
I'm noticing that. I mean, secretly, I think my tribe has the right answers, but that's probably because I was grown up with them and a little biased.
I've been chasing this path for 2.5 years now. I don't think I'm any closer to the right answer than when I started.
You know, my father is pretty wise when it comes to that stuff. He probably could teach you a thing or two.
Is he a druid? That'd be great.
I don't think he can be a druid because, you know, magic doesn't exist, but he's really in tune with nature, good at hunting and good at making sure that the balance is maintained. He knows when to not overhunt and when it's okay to hunt. He knows the movement of things, and he just has great stories overall.
Well, if he would speak to me, I would value that conversation.
Lily, I think that your magic is much more amazing than mine.
My magic? I don't know about that. I think all magic's pretty special.
But your magic has a way to communicate with creatures that I can't.
You're right. You're absolutely right. But there's a lot that my magic can't do. Like when those polar bears attacked, and I was searching for a spell that would do something significant. I just did not have it at my hands.
I wish we could have done more to help them.
We survived, and no one was seriously hurt.
Yeah, Serafina did get kind of hurt on that one. But thanks to you guys, everything turned out okay.
I'm gonna have to learn more healing magic, I think.
I'm sorry.
No. We've been in a handful of fights, and I've watched a person drop in each of them.
I've always been taught to follow instincts, and first time in my life, I'm starting to understand the concept of consequences.
Well, got Kira out of the house?
Oh, she was really beautiful. And then Spirit will go into a long explanation of Kira because she knows Lily would love to hear everything that Spirit saw.
I'm going to learn those tricks.
You know,
time anyway.
I don't know if I could ever learn them, but I can always try.
There's some overlap in the world of magic.
And then she'll put the carving of Olive on the nightstand beside her and crawl into bed. Have a good night.
This is a trick I've been working on to get to sleep.
Oh, what is it?
Lily will turn into a cat and curl up in that chasing the tail position where they just kind of curl up like a bun.
Spirit's eyes will widen. And then she'll curl up in cat form too. Good night, Lily.
Meow.
Okay. And with that, I think we're going to call it a night. We have a stable to visit. We have a place to sell the gems to visit. We have a magic shop to visit. And we have a whole distant town to visit.
Okay, that concludes today's presentation. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in. If you would like to support us, please check us out at Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. Thank you.